Because when I started booking, literally, I would show up to the audition like, yes, I'm coming to work, but I'm here to fight. I'm not here to talk to nobody.
Yeah.
I'm not here to ask you about what you're doing after this. I'm not here to hear about what your weekend was. Because a lot of people in this business don't even realize they get in there and they purposely or subconsciously be trying to distract you. You know what I mean?
Throw you off your
game.
What up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Givin Game the podcast. I'm your host, Rickey! And today's guest, y'all, we got a living legend in the building, man. Givin Game stock price just went up after this interview. We're moving on up, y'all.
You crazy, bro.
Hey, man, this brother has been killing it for 20 plus years in the game on all spectrums of the acting, man. You've seen him in shows like Daredevil, The Defenders, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, The Punisher, Stranger Things, and Winning Time. I mean, this man is on the silver screen too with The Last Black Man in San Francisco, Just Mercy, Bull, Don't Look Up, and the current blockbuster hit, Smile. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about none other than Mr. Rob Morgan.
Peace.
What it is?
What it is, black man. You know what it is.
I know what it is, man.
You know what it is.
I always start this off, where you from?
I was born in New Bern, North Carolina, but didn't spend any time there. We went to Northern Virginia and D.C. area. And then from there, I went to college at Virginia State University. And then straight from college, I went to Brooklyn, New York. And then I just moved out of New York City last year during the pandemic and went back to North Carolina, figuring I was making a soul's journey to go back to where my spirit entered this world in.
Yeah, because I saw you said that before. You said you moved back because you wanted to be closer to your mom.
Brother.
You said you wanted to make more memories rather than moments.
Exactly. Wow. Yes,
hey,
sir.
Man,
That's exactly what it was. You hit it right on the nose.
Because a lot of people, they may not know what that means. Like they might not even know the difference between a memory and a moment because we be so caught up in life and working and stuff like that. But what pushed you to go there?
Time is of the essence. My mom is getting older. She's maturing in life. And I figured I could maximize the years that I have left with her in times when I'm not working, being that, if I'm not working, I could pretty much be around her, make more memories, have more time to really know my mom and the woman that gave me life and the woman that I really am inspired to do all this stuff for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To fill my cup up. As we say, keep my cup full.
Yeah.
And plus, once I realized that it didn't really matter where I was at, because they'll be like, Rob, where are you? I could be like, I'm in Cambodia. And they'll be like, cars out front, and be like, oh, okay, cool. And then also realizing that I was really overpaying to stay in Brooklyn. Like I was paying an arm and a leg for a small apartment. And I'd come home after long trips and felt more anxiety going home than joy and freedom and like relaxation.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's time to move, man. And I'm so glad I did because I got in it like right at the perfect time to really maximize the property value. So,
especially North Carolina.
I'm 30 minutes from the beach.
Oh,
you
man.
know what I mean? So I got that. And plus, at first, I was looking to move to LA. But once I started like checking out the real estate prices and seeing what I was getting for how much money, I said, well, you know what? Let me look in North Carolina and be, more available to my mother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's beautiful, man. No, it's important, man. It's very important to spend that family time. Like you said, it keeps your cup full. It keeps you whole and you in a better place mentally.
Yeah.
When you do spend more time with your family and really get to know them and especially your parents. Like,
yeah, man.
You don't really speak to your parents like that.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I think people don't realize is a con in this business, well, con or negative aspect in this business is how much family time, how many events, how many things with your close personal loved ones that you actually have to forfeit or that you actually can't attend because you have to work or because you have to be off somewhere and, you know, do your job and still be focused on the work at hand. So, you know, with that being said, I just try to maximize every chance that I can, you know, with my loved ones, and my mother's like at the top of the list. So,
Hey, man, that's beautiful. You have an amazing story about like how you got into acting. And I wanna, I would love you to tell the people how you got into it, because it's trippy. Because I heard the story. Funny enough, it's it's just full circle. I went to the Q&A for Just Mercy, and it was like you and Jamie Foxx. It was like at an AMC theater. I think it was like Century City or something. And you told the story. I was like, what? So, yeah, if you don't mind, tell the people how'd you stumble upon acting.
Man, you want to bore them with that story?
Hey, man, that's a good story, man.
You want to bore your people with that story, man?
That's a good story, man. That's a good story.
You tell it.
I tell it because it was because it was a lady, right?
Well, you know, like all brothers, man, we stumble across things by pursuing a lady, and you know, this young lady was going to a open call for Contact, the movie with Jodie Foster and Matt McConaughey, and she invited me to come through, and never been to anything like that. You remember that part of the story?
But never been
to an open call. And
to an
I
open
saw
call.
All these beautiful people. And I was like, wow, well, I'm from DC and I don't know all these people. I've never seen these people before.
Yeah, because everybody can join in the one spot. You like, wait, but that's what
the cattle
was.
Call.
The cattle call, yeah.
You know, and I go up to the table and they ask me for a resume and headshot, and I was like, what, you know, I don't know what a resume and headshot is. And they're like, all right, we'll just come behind the table and we'll take your picture. Luckily, I had a little bit of style. You know, they liked my look or whatever that I had on, and I took the picture. And you know, I'm looking around. It's like, all right, look at the camera. And I look at the camera. And like, all right, snap. I'm like, okay. And I'm looking around. I say, okay, cool, that's cool. I'm like, all right. And say, okay, we're good, we're done. I said, oh, okay. And I leave, and you know, and then we go to work the next day. I was doing data entry at an insurance company at the time. And, you know, we're at work, and Margaret runs over to my desk, said, did they call you? And I said, who? She said, the people. I said, no, they didn't call. Did they call you? No. All right, cool. Go back to work. Next day, she comes over, did they call you? I was like, who? Who called me? Like, what are you talking about? The people from the movie, did they call? I said, no, they didn't call me. Did they call you? She was like, no. I said, all right, cool. So next day, you know, I'm at work and the phone rings and they say, you know, hey, you know, this is XYZ from the movie Contact. We'd like to talk to Rob Morgan. I said, yeah, this is him. Yeah, we'd like to offer you 5 days background. I was like, 5 days background? Okay, whatever. What's that? You know, cool. Yeah. All right, well, look, you need to write this information down because this was like pre-emails and shit. You need to write this information down, and, you know, we're going to have you catch this bus at this time early in the morning to that bus, and then that bus is going to drop you here, and you're going to get that. And I was like, all right, cool. And I run over there, and I said, Margaret, did they call you? She said, no. I said, they called me. She said, they called you? I said, yeah, they called me. What? She said, go. I said, all right, cool. So I catch the bus and stuff, and I'm riding, and I didn't know nobody, man. I'm like a fish out of water, man. And all these people up there sounding all sophisticated and, you know, talking, you know, thespian and creativity talk, and I'm just soaking it all in.
You're like, what is going on?
Listening, because I'm actually an introverted extrovert, you know, essentially that's who I am. So I'm just listening and taking it all in and hearing bits and pieces about the movie. And then about the third day, I was like, man, you know, I don't think my mom's gonna see me yet. You know, I want my mom to see me. Like, what I need to do for my mom to see me?
You gotta talk.
And then I saw them place this guy with long white hair right over there, and I was like, that's where I need to be. I need to be there. So I literally went and stood in this spot for 5 hours and didn't move. I just stood there the whole time. And next thing you know, they just start building the set around me. And then next thing you know, the guy with long white hair pops up right beside me. And I was like, oh, wow. This is it. And, they talk about the scene in the beginning. The director, Robert Zemeckis, explains that Jodie Foster's getting ready to go into the White House to ask the president for more money to do outer space explorations, right? And, I'm in the background and I'm standing there by the guy with long white hair and I'm just green and looking around. And they're like, background, you could mime this time. She's walking, mime, and I'm like, what's that? Okay, so you do the movement, but you don't make the noise. You act like you're making noise. Okay, cool. So I'm... Cut. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, that was good.
And they're like, all right, background. Now, this time you can make noise. I said, you can make noise? I said, oh, shit. Looking around, and I saw Jodie Foster walking, and I just clicked in. And I just said, there ain't nothing out of space. Get a real job. Don't waste my tax dollar. And Jodie Foster looking at me like, that's not in the script. Like, where the hell did he come from? And action, don't get a real job. Don't waste my tax dollar. Ain't nothing out of space. And I'm just, boom, going for it. And then Jake Busey looks down at me because that's the guy with the long white hair, Gary Busey's son.
Oh, okay.
He said, you're creative. I said, hey, man, I'm just trying to get some burn. He said, keep it up. And next thing you know, I see a microphone pop up over my head like this. And I'm like,
yeah.
Get a real job. Ain't nothing out of space. Don't waste my tax dollar.
That boomite came in. It was
lit up.
What?
And so then, all right, cut, scene, scene, rap on scene or whatever. And I didn't know at the time, so I walked right on over to Video Village. I didn't know it was Video Village at the time, but I just walked right on over because I just saw them looking at monitors. So I just instinctively walked over. Yeah. I literally, Robert Zemeckis is this bottle of water. Yeah. He's looking at monitors. I leaned over. I was like,
we like that, Rob. We like that.
I was like, oh wow, that's me. And homeboy looked up and he looked at me like this and he just gave me a little head nod like that.
What?
And that was it. And so then fast forward about 6 months later, I didn't know what to expect. So I go to see the movie Contact and I'm in the theater by myself and it's packed. And I went by myself though and I'm watching, just waiting. Next thing you know, I hear my voice and I'm like, and then I see my face and my voice, bro. And literally I jumped out. Like, oh my God. I came down and I was like, it was just such a feeling just went through my body, bro.
Man.
Oh man, seeing myself on that screen like that. And from that moment, I was like, that's what I got to do.
Was that like the moment you fell in love with it? Like, when did you, was that the moment you fell in love with acting, like, oh, yeah, I can do this for the rest of my life?
I probably fell in love with it when I got my first check. When I got my first check, that it was like, yo, you know what?
Yeah.
I see potential here. I was in love with like the process of downloading character and being a thespian and, running around New York City on the theater scene and short film scene. I loved all that, but I really got fangs in my mouth once I started making some money doing it.
Yeah.
The fangs grew.
The fangs grew.
You know what I mean? And something about the love just got even more intense and passionate because I felt that it was the art showing me that I belonged too. Like it was embracing me too.
When you got your first check, were you taking classes or anything at that time, or or was it raw talent until you got that first check? Then you was like, oh, maybe I'm gonna take this serious and start training or getting a coach or what?
Well, I was still working at Bear Stearns. I was in investment banking. That was my survival job. Mm-hmm. And I would say my first check that stood out to me was like my guest star role on this NBC show. And that was probably when I got $1,100 for the day or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah,
And, because I was doing theater too at the time, and theater, would say they gonna pay you, wouldn't pay you. Then when they pay you, it was be like $100 for like 3 weeks and shit. It was like, I love this shit, but God damn, can I get a break? Can a brother get a break? And somebody come through and actually put this show up.
Yeah, put the show.
But yeah, once I got that, man, and I was still working, a 9 to 5, and I would still be at Bear Stearns today if it was still open. If they were still running. They went under in 2008. They were actually like one of the big hits for the recession in 2008.
Damn.
And that's when we all like kind of got tanked and lost our jobs and
stuff. Yeah.
But bro, I was holding on to that job and still doing, damn TV stuff.
What? As an investment banker, that's crazy.
Man, I'd be walking through the halls. Hey, I saw you on TV last night. Oh, thank you. Cool.
Yeah, let's talk about these numbers, right?
Yeah, right. I'm still here to get this money though. Because that's how I worked mine. And then when it went under, I just felt that I wasn't a four-walled guy. You know what I mean? I'm not an office guy.
Yeah,
I'm a creative. I'm a guy that likes interacting with people to make work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like teamwork kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I like doing things that positively affects people.
Yeah.
That make people think, expands people's mindsets, perspectives about things. And I was like, you know what? I'm not a wall guy. So let me just go ahead and put my head down and chase this dream.
Really?
And I was living on my savings for a while, and that got depleted down to nothing. And thankfully, by the grace of God, I got hit on my bike by a cab driver. That was the money that gave that money from getting hit by the car. I tell you, it was a small amount of money, but that little bit of money, dog. I mean, it's crazy how things work. But
God work in mysterious ways.
Man, if I wouldn't have got hit by that car, I would have been homeless.
What?
It gave me money to sustain myself for a couple of more months, just in time for like damn Stranger Things to kick in.
What?
Some shit like that.
So were you taking classes though?
Taking classes as
like acting classes or theater? Like what were, because you like a really talented actor, and the way you dive into these characters is
Rickey said, look, man, I appreciate all that shit you just said, but the original question was you taking classes? Yeah, all that insight and all that intelligent, philosophical shit you said. The question was you taking class? How do you do what the fuck you do? But all right, Rickey. Well, that's really the question, sir. I started American Theater of Harlem was my introduction to understanding how to dissect the script, play. Understand the mindset of a character, how to understand human behavior in a way that you can translate it onto the page. American Theater of Harlem, my very first acting coach was this brother named Keith Johnston, and he's phenomenal. He's a phenomenal acting coach, a phenomenal director. And I'm so glad that was my introduction and my safe space into understanding this craft in a way that American Theater of Harlem showed me, so that I could build on that foundation. You know what I mean? So they set my foundation, and I'm so thankful for American Theater of Harlem for bringing me in on that. And that's theater.
That's theater, so that's where,
I basically came in on the theater aspect. And it's something about when you in front of a live audience and you can't replay it. You can't go back, and you can't say cut. You can't be like, hold on, I forgot my line.
It's all you. It's go. You got to play everything.
You got to play everything.
That's why I love theater, because you can't knock over this damn cup and just look at it and be like, no, I'm not going to address that because that wasn't in the script. I'm just going to still play. It's like, because everybody sees that shit. And if you don't play that truth, it's like, man, this shit. But when you play it, it's just, that's where the magic happens.
It's magical.
It's the magic, yeah.
And that was my introduction. And then from there, I went to various other small spots, but then I went to Susan Batson, Susan Batson Studios, and she's in New York City. She used to be called Black Nexus.
Okay.
But she's a infamously famous, like, just dope ass acting instructor. People still use her, you know, on sets. Like, you know, I'm talking about the A-listers.
Yeah.
She has a book too.
Okay.
But her name is Susan Batson. But she gave me like it's this thing that she does called Develop Your Own Method. And it's kind of like how you develop your own method into getting the character and, you know, the process of it. And so I'm very thankful for that. And then Mariska Phillips, she's actually like one of Susan Batson's proteges.
Oh, okay.
But like she's currently in New York City doing like the kind of style of acting coaching that Susan Batson was doing, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, those are like my three kind of
Top of this.
solid people that
New
really,
York got you right, man.
Oh yeah, and then the streets, you know.
Live life experiences.
Yeah, bro. You know, the streets will definitely, you know, give you your best acting work. But I always say that we're all actors, you know. Even everybody that's watching this right now, you're an actor too, right? Because in various situations and various circumstances, we all bring out different personalities of ourselves. Like right now, you talking to me totally different than you would be talking to your girlfriend on this couch right now.
Yeah.
Right now, you talking to me totally different than you be talking to the casting director that's telling you to sell a Subway sandwich.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, you know, you pull out these various personalities of yourself in these different situations, right? It's still who you are.
Yeah.
It's still you. But it's to address that circumstance as that particular personality. What I feel actors have done was figured out a way of packaging that skill and selling it.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Because people, you're right. Everybody does act. People go on them job interviews. You got that job. You mother get on the phone with that job interview voice. It's like, wait, what?
You know what I mean?
You're like, who is this on the phone? Like,
right? Yeah. I mean, people, you know, have a tendency to be at work and they swallow their tongue when they supervisors say something to them, even though, you know, they hot headed at home, and then go home and somebody just say, hey, baby, could you pass me the remote? And pass it. Why don't you get your own damn remote? Oh, so when Mr. Blue Collar, Mr. White Collar asks you to do something, you shut the hell up and did it. Where was that personality at?
Keep that same energy.
Keep that same personality with me. I just want to, you know, that's all I'm at.
She letting it out all on you because it's all built up from work. So it's like, I gotta release this.
That's what I'm saying. So like, you know, and vice versa, it could be the same situation, vice versa. But like, I mean, we just all. I say we're different personalities. Like right now, I'm talking to you different than, you know, if I was talking to my mother right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one. What are you acting for?
To make a difference. To bring humanity to my persona in this society. You know, I'm very particular about the roles that I play.
Yeah.
And how I play them, because I feel like it's all about how I reflect people that look like me and myself in society.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I'm acting to make an impact in this business, man. That's really what I'm doing. And I'm also acting so that I could create a space for myself so that when I'm ready to make or contribute some material to this business, all I got to do is press a button. And it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? So yeah,
green light,
baby.
Green light.
Yeah.
I like that.
But yeah, I'm really, you know, in this game to make an impact, dog.
What would you like people to see? Like when they go see a Rob Morgan performance, what's something you want people to like take away from like watching you on screen?
Humanity, honesty. You know, my effort at bringing the voice to the voiceless, because oftentimes the characters I play are voiceless people in society. So, you know, I want them to see maybe an angle on a character that they wouldn't have maybe thought about until they saw it. You know what I mean? See a different perspective. I want them to come out maybe even a little affected or changed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe edified in some way somehow.
Okay.
So I know that's saying a lot, but
no, I mean that's what you want people to get from you, man.
Yeah, man. I want people to be like, you know what, that brother was very honest up there on that screen.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
You said this to me on set. As far as like set etiquette, he's like, you never want to be XYZ. You don't want to be the motherfucker people looking for. Yeah.
You definitely don't want to be the person they're looking for, because that's money lost. And it makes the director uncomfortable. It makes you look, like you're not dependable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's one of the first things I tell people. Definitely don't never want to be the person they're looking for.
What other tips would you give to like aspiring artists that are trying to pursue or trying to be where you are, aspire to be even close to where you're at? What's something you would tell them to like get started?
Man, I mean, in a nutshell, you need to create good habits for yourself. Take care of yourself mentally, spiritually, physically, and emotionally.
Yeah.
Because if you're not intact to contribute your whole self to the art form, what good are you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I strongly promote working out, maintaining something that the camera wants to look at, because I feel like, if you're going to offer yourself or tell people to point their camera at you, have something for them to look at. So that way you need to maintain, take care of yourself as best possible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just something I feel that's important, at least for me.
Yeah.
Especially for anybody like a black man over 35 years old in this business. Definitely maintain yourself, because I feel like that's one of the strengths for me, is that once I started working when I was like around 35, even though I was 35 and they were booking me for characters that was like 55 and 60.
Yeah.
Because I have an old soul or whatever, because my energy is a little, it's a strong energy.
Yeah.
So I would play older. But a lot of the points that I would get from producers and directors at that time was that it was hard for them to find brothers in my age bracket that was still able to, have something to present to the camera, or still able to, you know what I mean, be effective in these roles, be believable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they was basically saying, it's hard to find people that basically maintain themselves. You know what I mean? So I would say, man, like, I think that was what made people attracted to me, because if you want to get somebody to jump on a bull, or, jump over a car, and they 35, 40 years old, you gotta be able to do it.
You gotta be able to do it.
I mean, they can get stunt people, but it ain't sexy.
Nah, you want to be up there doing your thing. So y'all gotta get some kettlebells, because this man is the kettlebell juggler, man.
Oh yeah,
he cold. I'm throwing up because your shit you be doing that motherfucker. I'm like, golly.
Yeah, but that's one of my good habits I try to do to maintain myself, so that I can have something to offer the camera and offer the business in the long haul. You know what I mean?
I like that.
I say definitely put your best foot forward. Any chance you get, be more than prepared, be over prepared. You know what I mean? Show up early. If you're auditioning, show up early to the audition. That's why I was impressed that you got there 40 minutes early and got the sides and went outside and did all that. Because when I started booking, literally, I would show up to the audition like, yes, I'm coming to work, but I'm here to fight. I'm not here to talk to nobody.
Yeah.
I'm not here to ask you about what you're doing after this. I'm not here to hear about what your weekend was. Because a lot of people in this business don't even realize they get in there and they purposely or subconsciously be trying to distract you. You know what I mean? Throw you off your game. Yep. And it's like so competitive. Yeah. But man, it got to the point I'd literally go to the auditions and brothers would be like, don't even talk to him. Like, he ain't gonna say nothing to you.
He locked in.
He locked in. Like, look, man, I'm here to fight.
Damn.
Period. If we ain't fighting, don't talk to me.
I like that.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I'm here to get this job. I'm not here to talk to you. I don't give a damn what's going on with you right now. Because if you really cared, you would have told me way before I got here. Or it would be no problem to wait until I get out of here. Right now, we in oh man, don't entertain people in them waiting rooms. Yeah. Use that time, seriously.
Yeah.
Use that time to focus on your material. You're not there to be buddy with you are there to fight. And that's how you need to approach those auditions. It's 999 million films made each day, but it's only one Rickey Eugene Brown.
That's right.
So when you walk in there, understand, hey, I'm here to solve your solution, right? It's a million movies, more than a million movies made, but it's only one me.
Yeah.
So it would be your benefit if you booked me for this job. Have that kind of confidence when you go in and deliver these auditions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And breathe, relax, have fun.
Yeah.
Throw your own personal stuff out the window, because technically you shouldn't even be in there like, oh my God, I'm in front of XYZ casting director. Oh my God, I'm in front of XYZ producer. Because really what you should be like is in the mindset of that character. And that character don't give a shit about any of them casting directors. That character don't know them producers. That character don't give a fuck about anybody in there but except what that character is in there fighting for. Go in that audition with that mentality. You know what I mean?
I like that.
And I guarantee you will see results with your audition, man. So that's what I was doing.
Okay.
I think your camera cut off.
I did. I hear it's overheating. It's overheating.
I'm with the commercial king.
Hey, we here.
Rickey Eugene Brown.
Here we go.
Hot damn.
He said, hot damn.
So how is it to be the commercial king, brother?
Hey, man, it's fun, man. I'm always about, passing it along and giving it to the next.
Passing it along, giving
it to the next. I'm an open book, man. Maybe people want to pick my brain. I let them pick it, and then this is why I started this, so I can just give it out to the masses all in one. So I ain't got to reply to like each individual one. It's like, hey, look, I'm giving y'all the game right here.
Right.
Yeah.
For you to be trusted as like damn near technically a brand ambassador in these commercials and being black in America.
Yeah.
How is that, man? And like, did you, you know what I mean? Because, that's like, I know we're the biggest export of America. Most of America's money is made off of our IP, our swag, or our, how we put spins on things.
Yeah.
But like, literally, you're in car commercials, you're in food commercials, you're in phone commercials. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's sort of like you were handpicked in a way. How do you do that? Because I know you're also an actor. You know what I mean? Because you play my son, Quincy Johnson, on Winning Time.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of times commercials can be a way to survive as a thriving actor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but it looks like you have a way of like managing both worlds, being a commercial star and a TV star.
Yeah.
Did you start out focusing on commercials, or did you start out focusing on acting, and how did that come about?
Acting first. Yeah. Because I went to a Meisner, like a 2-year conservatory, first off, and got my training, and then maybe a month into like my training, I tried to get a manager, and that was my first time actually auditioning. And I had to do like a monologue, a dramatic one, and a comedic one. But it was different from class. So I was like in his office. The lights are on. It's not like no stage lights. I can see him. I can see what he's doing. I'm like, oh, this is weird. And I bombed. He was like, I could see him in the middle of each, like, while I was doing the monologue. He was, okay, Rickey, you're really green. We're gonna get you. Just come back in some time, and it took me time to get with him. So after that experience, I was like, I'm not auditioning until I finish class. So I did the Meisner thing, and just focus on the craft and becoming the best actor that I could be. And then once I got into like the business and started auditioning, then I was like, all right, I'm gonna focus on like, obviously I want to get into into TV and stuff, but I was like focusing on commercials because I was like, I popped off in commercials like ASAP. Yeah. Like as soon as I got into commercials, I was taking classes and all that. And then it started hitting. I was like the Subway 2 years. And they were calling me, like my agents were like, yo, Subway called again. And I was getting, that's when I first started getting offers. They were like, yo, they want you doing this Subway spot. What? And I was like, okay, when's the audition? They're like, no, Rickey, this is the shoot date. They already worked with you. They know what you can do. They want you. I was like,
that's amazing.
Oh shit!
I know people are bugging out about offered a national commercial. How the hell? Who do you know? What did you do? Oh my god!
Yeah, it was
offered a national.
Offered multiple nationals, and they had castings for those. Like I remember because I think some of my friends were going out for it, and they ended up calling me and was like, "We want Rickey." And this was like, I literally just shot a spot with them a week ago. And then they called me to do another one literally a week later. And I was in the fitting. And then like one of the guys from the clients was like, you 2 nationals in a week. You just this must be nice, huh? I was like, hell yeah, I like this shit.
I can get used to this.
Yeah. And they cut that spot up. They did so many different things. I did a bunch of spots with them. And then fast forward like 6 years after I did Subway, I ended up booking another Subway spot. It wasn't the spokesperson, but it was like a Subway campaign that aired like all through March Madness and all of this. And it was one guy that was from Subway originally when I was a spokesperson. And he was like, it's been a long time, huh? Good to see you again. I was like, he's like, yeah, it's been years. I was like, oh, you was on the clients when I did the first. He was like, yeah, we're glad to have you back. Woo-woo. I was like, damn.
That's the key of making a good impression.
Yeah.
And giving them a good product that they will remember and reach back and bring you up again.
Yeah. And that's what I learned. I learned that first one. That was the biggest thing I ever did. Like, I think I maybe booked like a few non-union spots or something like that, but nothing of that caliber. Yeah. But when I booked it, I knew, because when I had the callback for it, it was guys in that callback that were on TV shows. I was watching them growing up, and they were in the callback, and I was like, "Oh shit, he here? What the fuck?" Oh, and I never forget. I was like, "Damn," because it was a lot of copy. It was like a page of just like dialogue, and I was like, "I'm gonna be the spokesperson if I book this shit." Wow. And I was like, and the first call I went in there because they didn't give me the sides in advance. Yeah, I went to the audition and they were like,
to you on the spot.
Yeah, they gave it to me on the spot. So I went to audition and then I saw how much I was like, oh shit. So I didn't sign my name in. I took that shit. I went to my car and I was in my car because I was there early. So I went to my car and I was in there for like 30, 40 minutes and was running that shit. Yeah. I was in there like, okay, and I went in, did it multiple times and then got the call back. And then once I booked it, shit changed.
How many callbacks did you have to go through?
Just one.
Just one?
Just one. So I did the first call, then they called me back, and then I got the call that I got it. And then once I got on set, like doing it, I was like, oh, this, because we were shooting like 4 or 5 spots at one time. Like, and I'm the spokesperson. I'm like, yeah, hey, because they had different people coming in, Spanish and all of that. So it was different spots. And I was like, yo, this is, and I was nervous as shit on the inside. And they were like joking on set. They was like, oh, look out, Jared, like all of this. And I was like, oh shit, this is, but real. Yeah, but once it aired, shit just like, I go to Roscoe's. I was at Roscoe's and motherfuckers like, oh, you the Subway guy. You the Subway. Oh shit. Like, yo, can I get a picture? I was like, oh, this is weird. Like, yeah. So, but I was always like commercials because I study this shit. So I know that all the big actors, they still do commercials to this day because there's so much money in advertising. Samuel L. Jackson is still pumping them Capital One cards. You feel me? Like, and he's doing Marvel, he's doing all these things, but it's still because it's so Jennifer Aniston, all these people are doing it. And when I started to look at like the business of it, and I was like, yeah. And I think one of my other guests, Maestro Harrell, I had him on, and he was like, yeah, because what he said? He said, like, people don't give a fuck about that show, but they gonna buy that Coca-Cola. Yeah. He was like, yeah, the show is there. Like, people gonna watch it or whatever, they gonna forget about it. But niggas gonna buy that Coca-Cola. Yeah. And I was like, damn, that's facts. Because like every show you on, they gotta pay bills. So they like, oh, we'll be right back after we pay some bills. And the commercials come on.
And then you come up there.
Yeah.
You do your thing.
Yeah, man. But yeah.
That was awesome, man. Yeah. So you're not really a overnight success of 7 years?
Hell no, I've been doing this shit for 12 years now. I've been doing all types of shit. Like I do so many things, man. Like, yeah, I was doing like doing skits and I was doing vines and I was doing all types of stuff to keep my creative juices flowing.
Yeah.
When it gets slow for like acting.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a wide, fan base of people like, oh yeah, they know me from commercials, or they know me from shows, or they know me from doing skits, or I have my own gun range. So people are like, oh,
nice.
You taught me how to shoot. So people know me from, or I do videographies, or I might have shot your wedding or your birthday party, and they're like, oh, but they don't know because I'm hustling. I'm doing all types of shit just to.
So what was your survival job, or did you just have multiple streams of income while you were pursuing this gig?
I was working at Best Buy.
Oh.
I was working at Best Buy.
You was working at Best Buy.
Best Buy was paying for my acting classes for those 2-3 years when I first started, when I wasn't auditioning. I was working at Best Buy and like working, and then I worked at Starbucks because times got rough because like I went to another part of the acting class and it was more expensive, and I couldn't afford it. And I remember I went to my acting teacher and she was like, I was like, yo, I'm not gonna be able to continue. Like I don't have the funds, whatever. She's like, Rickey, get out of my face. Did you go on the 3rd Street Promenade, start pop locking and doing monologues for money? I was like, no. She's like, well, you need to do that because I'm not about to let you give up. You need to find some way to pay for this class if you really want this. And I was like,
oh, wow.
I literally went, after she said that, I was like, all right, I went downstairs.
What was her name?
Elaine Williams.
Shout out to Elaine Williams.
Elaine Williams, man. That's my artistic mother, yeah. Elaine, man. She was like, gave me that, and I was like, all right. I went downstairs. Starbucks is literally right downstairs from our acting studio, and they were hiring. So I got a job at Starbucks. So I work at Starbucks. I get up at like 4 a.m. because I work early mornings. So I get there at 5, work 5 to 3, get to Best Buy at 4, work 4 to closing at Best Buy. And that's what paid for like my acting classes those 2.5 years.
And so what was your rent? Where were you staying? You was at home?
I was with my pops at the time.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was doing that. Then I booked like my first non-union gig for like $2,000, and I quit my Best Buy job because that was like confirmation for me that, oh yeah, I can do it. Because if I could book one, I can book them all. That was like my mindset. I was like, nice. Even though $2,000 wasn't enough to supply my way of living, I was like, $2,000, I'm out of here. I put my 2 weeks in.
Ooh,
and then I put it in. I was done. But that was it. It just ignited something in me. Like, yo, Nike paid you $2,000 for a day of work.
Wow.
So Adidas gonna pay it. Subway gonna pay. Like it's only gonna get bigger. And I was like, I'm quitting. I'm gonna focus on this shit full time. And then I got like into background work and shit like that. But I was doing background like crazy because it wasn't paying like Best Buy was.
Yeah.
So I had to do
background's like 100 a day or something like that.
Yeah, it was 60,
75,
68. It was minimum wage was $8 at the time. So it was like $68 or some shit like that. It was like $50 after tax. So a day of work, I'm getting $50 a day, which wasn't shit. And I was like, so yeah, that was yeah.
So when was it that? So you got that $2,000 check from Nike for one day of work. That day you said, "I'm an actor. This is all I'm doing." And I'm not looking back. I'm quitting jobs. And
I quit jobs.
People don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. You said that's bold.
That's very bold.
Yeah, but I mean I
admire it.
Yeah,
but I'm glad it worked out for the brother.
Yeah,
but that's a bold move, and I'm so glad you had the nuts to do that, brother.
I mean, that's what you got to have in this business. I feel like you have to have nuts. You got to be bold to do this. You got to step out on a limb. You got to take that leap of faith.
That's right.
Because that's all this journey is so many leaps of faith. It's like, I'm going to do this in my audition this time. I'm going to try this. You don't know if it's going to work. You don't know if they're not going to call you back or not. But it's just being confident in what you possess and then putting it on display. Yeah. And somebody going to like it. There's a fan out there for everyone. That's true. So, yeah, I took that leap, and I never looked back, man. But I was calling myself an actor while I was at Best Buy the whole time. Like, when I was doing background, they'd be like, oh, what'd you... so because they got that joke like, oh, you're an actor. What's your where do you wait tables at?
What have I seen you in?
Yeah, all that. And I'm like, I'm an actor. Like I ain't booked shit yet, but I'm an actor. Like I'm putting in my time because they're like, oh, you're in the spot. No, I'm an actor. Nice. Like, and then I'm gonna show you
in your Best Buy shirt. With that
in my Best Buy blues. I was like, I'm an actor.
That's right.
Don't get it twisted. I'm an actor. So I kept that mentality this whole This whole way through, man. This whole way through.
And it's paying off, brother.
Hey, man, big time, man. Yeah, I'm sharing the screen with you now.
You
see?
Hey, I'm sharing the screen with you.
You see? That's how it go, man. Like, it's funny how we just got right. I didn't even get your introduction, but I'm gonna cut this up. But
you see how I interviewed?
Yeah, I know. I see how you flip the screen. You're a pro. He a pro. Because I was like, oh yeah, I feel like this is his podcast.
Because it's a lot of brothers and sisters, and not just brothers and sisters, but everybody that pursues this game. That commercials have a tendency to be a supplemental way of surviving. To pursue either acting in TV or film or both.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because I remember when I was pursuing this, if it wasn't for a Colgate commercial audition that called me while I was at work, and I actually turned it down because I was like, you know what? I'm making money being in investment banking now. Let me focus on this and do something real with my life. You know what I mean? I was at lunch with some coworkers, and they asked me what was going on, and I said, "Man, I actually got called to do this audition for Colgate, and they never called before. But now that I got this job, they called me, and I told them, nah, I'm good. And my coworker was like, "Are you crazy?
Yeah.
Like, man, you need to go down there." And I was like, "Man, it ain't gonna turn into nothing or whatever." He's like, "Man, you know how many people would love to get a Colgate audition?
Man, to get an audition, not even to book it, just to get the audition."
I know, right? So then I was like, well, you know what? All right, cool, I'll go down there. So I got up from that lunch and actually went down there and did the audition.
Yeah.
Didn't book it, but what it did is showed me that I could have a survival job and still use my break time or find a way to manage auditions and manage other things that really would fuel my passion to be an actor or storyteller. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I'm thankful for that commercial audition that I didn't get. But along the way also, it was times when I was like, well, damn, I can't even like make an honest dollar doing this stuff. Can I get a commercial at least? And then I started doing commercial auditions, and commercial auditions isn't as easy as everybody think. You know what
Really?
I mean? It's a high level of like, charm, salesmanship.
Yeah.
And I'm a cat, off the streets of DC, Brooklyn, New York. So it's like I got that on me, and I'm not going in there and they looking at me like, "Hey, Rob, sell this software." Hey, Rob, sell this, this Fabergé fabric software. Rob, sell this Domino's pizza, Rob. Because I'm doing it, but they looking at me like, I don't believe him.
He said, "No, believe."
He's a little too, So I realized, man, it's that like, I don't want to say softness, but it's that appeal or that magnetism that you have to have to sell commercials. That's not like, I don't want to say threatening, but that's not, abrasive in a way that they could be like, man, little Becky could sit at her living room floor and believe that and want to buy that. I never had success with commercials for some reason. They just never would book one. I had callbacks, but I never would book a commercial. And then I was like, because some of my people was doing them, and it was like, what, $75,000 just for a national commercial, if not more.
Yeah.
One of my good friends, Rick Younger, he used to be the guy for, it was the guy who would go to the counter, and it was a big crowd behind him for Verizon. Like, he was the black guy, though. Before
he was a black, before.
Rick Younger, man. He was the first brother to do the Verizon, I want to say Verizon or something, one of those cellular phone commercials, and he would walk up to the counter and they would ask him about the phone, and he'd look back and it'd be like droves of people behind him.
What?
You remember that?
I vaguely remember a lot of people coming behind. I can't put a face to it.
Yeah, they replaced them ultimately with, somebody a little more fair. Just to be PC.
Yeah, just
more white. But that was him at first. You know what I mean? So he was an inspiration to me, just to see a brother that could have that kind of commercial and that kind of magnetism and stuff. He's a comedian, good brother, real good brother. But I noticed that commercial auditioning isn't easy, man.
I feel it's easier than theatrical, and I'll tell you why. Theatrical auditions, you have to create the world. Like you go in that audition, you got your sides, and that's it. You got a chair. That's it. You're going to have to create that fucking building fall in and see it and make the people watching that tape or in that room believe that it's happening. With commercials, you're going to have like the props, and they're going to make the sound effect. They're going to turn on a radio if there's music in it. They're going to do things to help you in the audition. They're going to help you. They're going to be like, oh, you have to climb a thing. They're going to have like a damn wall or something on there where you can climb and do it. If you have to be on a laptop doing your work and then somebody comes in, they're going to have a laptop there. They're going to have the table right there. They're gonna, okay, keep your eye line here. It's closer to set, I'll say, than a theatrical audition, because they actually bring in the props and they try to help you as much as they can with creating the world. They have the damn sides next to the camera to help. So if you forget that,
I have seen the sides next to the camera, but all that extra stuff must be an LA thing.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that in New York, at least for the.
Oh, really?
Hell no. Hell no. Your ass on a dry ass gray carpet with a green dot. And if anything, a table, just if you got to pick something, put it down or whatever. Yeah. But hell no, you ain't getting aided like that, dog. I mean, maybe because they just wasn't gonna pick me anyway.
Don't bring the damn props in. Let's just give him the green dot.
Yeah,
get it.
Put the sides up next to the camera so he can feel like he got. Yeah, I guess. Whatever. Next. And then they pull the ladder out.
Yeah, they pull everything out.
Computer and put the poodle down and the toilet seat out and get the wipes for you. Yeah, all right, bro, go ahead. Here's everything you need for the world. Yeah, it didn't go like that in New York, dog.
Dang.
Nah, they be spoiling y'all out here, man. Hey, I will say that.
Yeah.
They be spoiling y'all out here.
They be spoiling.
And I bet you a lot of actors out there right now say, you know what? You ain't lying.
Yeah, my New York fan base, they're like, yeah, we ain't got no ladders and shit.
Hell nah. Hell no.
It's a hell nah.
All right, that was a good interview.
That was a good interview. Hey, but that was Bob Morgan, y'all.
Interview. Quincy Johnson.
We gonna start over. I'm gonna get this intro. But that was perfect. I can segue that and put that in.
See, dog. See how I hooked you up?
You let it, as soon as I sat down, you was like, so tell me about how's it being a black man? I was like, oh, we start. All right. I didn't cut it off. I'm like, all right, let's go. I'll roll with it. I can rearrange it.
I just threw this man an alley-oop like, he grabbed it in his hand.
I was like, all right. I'm usually the one like interviewing, so I'm like, all right, I'll switch it. I've been doing this for a while, and it's amazing to me that this is true. Winning Time was your first pilot that you've been a part of?
Yeah.
That's the first pilot. That's insane.
First pilot I shot, first series regular.
What?
Yeah.
And you've been doing, what, 20 plus?
I got my first check in 1996, I want to say. 97. That's when I got my first check.
Damn.
I mean, it was a non-union check, but
it's still it was a check for acting.
Yeah, it was when I got my first check. That was Contact, I want to say.
Damn.
96.
And Winning Time is the first pilot that you've actually booked.
Pilot that I actually shot.
Shot and
shot him. Yeah.
Dang.
And they called me. That was an offer. They called up Adam McKay, HBO. They were interested in seeing me in that character, and they called up.
Wow. Yeah. And that's why I always try to give people like the game on like the industry, like because people want it fast. They want it super fast in this industry, but it's the long haul, man. You never know when your series regular role will come. Yeah. But the main thing is to be prepared and be ready when that opportunity presents itself.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Stranger Things is a huge show, but you guys were clowning that it was like a web series at first?
Yeah.
Like when y'all first shot it? So you didn't know it was going to be what it was?
Not at all.
What?
Nope. At first we just was joking around that it was an advanced web series. Yep.
Advanced web series.
An advanced web series. That's what we were calling it on set. Yeah.
What? And did that, like, once it blew up, did y'all, like, Oh shit. Okay, maybe we lock in.
Nah, brother, shit, man. I try to lock in on everything I do, man. Every little line I get, any chance I get to do this and make an honest dollar at it, because I know I'm standing on shoulders of greats, and I know millions of others would love to do what I'm doing, so I don't take it lightly. So I was we was intense from the day one. It was still a joke. It was you see how we are.
Yeah.
I mean, you doing an emotional scene, and in between the breaks, we laughing,
we cracking up.
I
had Denzel Whitaker on here. He said, "What's up?" Because y'all did Cutthroat City, yeah. And he was like, he's talking about like being like how the greats, because he's like working with Denzel and working with like you and all these people, and I was like, he's like, yeah, they can cut it on like. You can be in the scene with a great, and before the scene starts, they'll be talking to you. Then they know, oh shit, my scene's coming up. Give me a minute. And then they drop in, and I was like, you know who does that real well? Rob fucking Morgan. Because we be on winning time dying, and then as soon as your scene about to come up, you drop in. I was like, what the fuck? All right, I got to get there. Like that's a whole nother level. But yeah, he gave you flowers on that. Like I was really like, yo, that was, because I've seen it firsthand. So when he said that, you were the first one that popped in my head. I was like, dog, I've seen that firsthand. But that just is a testament to like all the work you've been putting in. Like that's just amazing to watch. Like
or the preparation. You at home preparing, but like when we on set, I personally like enjoying where I work at. You know what I mean? I like having fun, especially when the director is good, and let the actors have a safe space to do their thing, within the confines of respecting everybody's process. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You definitely want to be mindful of your actors around you, but you can sense that and feel that and really just have a good time. And when you're out there just having a good time, I think when the director says action, man, we just that much more connected and much more congealed to be truthful.
That's fast, because you building that relationship outside. Yeah, you building a relationship. Like, I don't think a lot of people know that you a funny motherfucker, man. Like I always tell people, I was like, what? Rob fucking Morgan is fucking hilarious, and it's crazy to me because like you always play like serious roles and stuff like that, but. Like who's on Winning Time? There's comedians on, like you were like hanging, like, and I was like, yo, this motherfucker is hilarious. So that's like something I always like to shine a light on, because you be killing it. One of your idols was Eddie Murphy. And he was like, I'm gonna be the next Eddie Murphy. But you still haven't got on the stage
to do stand up.
Yeah,
no, I haven't.
You need to.
I know. You do it.
I did it once because that was my biggest fear.
I know.
And I'm like, I'm gonna go back once I have time to like really get it set, and I want to do like a full-on run. Like I really want to go at it. I just did it because I was like, I'm scared of this shit. I need to do it. And it was fun. I felt great after. I was like, damn. I felt what it was like once the nerves set in, and I was like, oh man, I'm really like talking to motherfuckers. This is crazy. But you got to do it.
Did you get any laughs?
I got laughs.
Oh.
I got laughs like instantly.
Oh.
But then that threw me off, because I was like, oh, these motherfuckers was cackling. And I was like, oh, shit. And then I forgot my segue to my next joke. And then I felt the silence, and everybody's like, okay, what's next? And I was like, oh, shit. And I forgot what my next joke was. I tried another joke that I didn't practice, and that shit bombed. And I was like, oh, shit. And then I started to like play the room, though. I started to speak what was real. And I was like, damn, this comedy shit, this stand-up comedy is a different game. And I was just talking about that, and I was like, I'm waiting for this damn red light to come on so I can get the fuck off the stage. It's 5 minutes long as hell. Like I was playing the realness, and then they started to laugh, and I was like, damn, y'all laughing at this shit more than the joke that I practiced on for like 3 months. And then they started laughing some more, and then the light came on. I was like, there go the light. And got off. They clapped, and I was like, damn, that shit, it wasn't that bad. Yeah, and I did it. I conquered the fear. So I challenge you.
Oh, brother.
You go do 5 minutes?
Ooh, start out with 5? Shit. I thought they start you out with 2.
No, I start you out with 5. That's why I was like, this should take a load.
Good.
5, yeah.
Yeah.
You go, hey man, wait, this for the people, man. You got you gonna get that word? You gonna get on that stage? You got to, especially because you funny. That's why I was like, you gotta at least try it. Like
try it.
You ain't gotta promote it. You just go up and do the shit.
I know, right?
You got to.
Do it. Yeah, you're right, brother. I mean, and it would be a good feather in the cap for experience.
Yeah.
because I was thinking about, if anything, it would be a project where it was like a struggling stand-up comedian or something.
Oh, yeah,
You know what I mean? And maybe I'll get a role like that. And if I got a role like that, I would definitely go out and get what it felt like to get laughed at and bomb. And
I like that. But I feel like there's a little procrastination in that too. You're like, yeah, when the role comes, then I'm gonna do it.
Let's write it.
Let's write it. All right, say less.
know?
I'm gonna get these speed rounds. We're gonna get you out of here, man.
Yes,
I appreciate the
yes,
time,
sir.
man.
Yeah,
Y'all make sure y'all
only because you my son on winning time. Only because you play Quincy Johnson and it's Team Johnson.
Team Johnson for the win, man. Team Johnson for the win. First thing to come to mind. This first one is who's in your starting 5 for actors? If you had a lineup and you had these 5 actors to go up against any other actor, this is who you picking.
You saying like who's my basketball team of actors?
Yeah. Like the Redeem team, who's your dream team? Like,
man, I'm like this, bro. Anybody that can sustain the brutal rejection and topsy-turvy journey and uncertainty and just loneliness of succeeding in this business to the point that you could actually sustain your lifestyle on it, they my top 5, man. Like anybody that can really grit down and bite the mouthpiece and hold on to do this because, man, I mean, we're really a blessed group of people.
Yeah, not fact.
And I think some people, just are maximizing their time and have a brighter star or a brighter presence in the world at that moment. But man, I salute and want to applaud and play with anybody that's been able to sustain this journey, man. Because it's hard. Yeah. Especially for black people.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll be frank about that, especially for my black ass. So yeah, I'm like, man, I want to play with anybody that want to play with me.
Who would you like to share the screen with? Like somebody you haven't, because you've been acting with like greats already, but is there someone like, I want to rock with that person on screen one time?
Again, anybody who can, really get to the point of us being trusted with a script and a mindset of a character, and we're up there fighting and playing tennis with each other and being truthful in the moment.
Yeah,
I'm good, man. I don't, I just love
you don't have like a person like how you had like Eddie. You don't like a person like.
I just love doing it. If I was to play with Eddie Murphy, I'd be honored and I'd look forward to it. But again,
just anybody like that.
When me and you play on screen, you my Eddie Murphy. You know what I mean?
I like that. All right.
Yeah, when I'm on screen with whoever, I'm just thankful to be doing it, man.
All right, I like that.
Yeah, man.
If you could choose one genre to act in for the rest of your career, what would it be?
The one that's paying. The paying. The paying one. Shit.
If you ran Hollywood, what's the first thing you would change about it?
I would definitely put a ban for like the next 50 years on black trauma porn, black body mutilization. And I know people say, oh, well, what about the people that don't know about it? Well, they got plenty of references. Plenty of references they can go back and check out in Hollywood. Right now, I believe we need to do more stories that show us in human conditions, give us humanity, because I feel that black Americans' pain is the most exploited thing in Hollywood / social media / news. Our death, our lynchings, our police brutality, our socioeconomic strife and conditions. You could see Martin Luther King Avenue, you could see George Floyd murals, you could see Black Lives Matter painted all over the streets, but yet we get the least amount of justice out of any group in this society. We get the least amount of justice. You don't see Italian lives matter, Asian lives matter, but yet they get a lot more benefits and things, a lot more cushions, a lot more social redemptive qualities than we get. And our pain is in your face all the time.
All the time.
So obviously something needs to change.
Yeah.
So my thing is, all right, look, we pause. Let's pause on that.
Yeah.
Let's put some images of us, doing human things like everybody else want to do.
Yeah.
Watch our children get smarter, go home, eat at our dinner table, make love to our woman at the end of the night, get up and go to a job that is dignified and allows us to sustain a lifestyle that we can hold our head up to.
Yeah.
I bet you our condition would probably get a little better.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say probably because we got to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's all about the action, man.
Because we're here now and we see nothing is changing by putting all this black trauma porn and mutilization on screen.
Yeah.
Let's do something different. So that's what I would do if I was in Hollywood.
I like that.
That's
I like that. These next ones are fill in the blank.
If I ran Hollywood.
If you ran,
If I ran Hollywood.
These are fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
The first thing I do when I get to set is blank.
Ask for something to eat.
If I, he's always at the food, like where the food at?
Where the food at?
If I weren't an actor, I would be blank.
The painter.
The painter.
Oil painter. Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
I probably put more efforts in the oil paintings and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Besides acting, I'm also very good at blank.
Chess.
There's some chess. We got to get down one time.
Chess player.
All right.
Yeah.
The first thing I do when I get in an audition, is blank.
When I was auditioning, the first thing I would do is try to understand the scene, understand what the scene was about,
Yeah.
Or if it was a TV show, I'd watch a couple of episodes to see the tonality of the acting in the show.
I like that. A zombie apocalypse happen. You in a bunker. You're going to be in there for a while. You get one movie, one TV show, and one album that you stuck in there with. What's that one movie? What's that one TV series? And what's that album that's going to entertain you for the time you in there?
One movie would probably be Quest for Fire.
Quest for Fire?
Yeah, it's an old movie. I saw it when I was just a little kid, but it always impacted me because I was so impressed how this movie had no dialogue in it, but you understood everything that was going on. And actually, what's funny is that one of my co-stars in Don't Look Up, Ron Perlman, was actually a star in that movie. So when I met him, I was just floored because I was like, oh,
full
my God.
circle.
Yeah, I watched you when I was a kid in my drawers, man. To work with you now, meet you now is just amazing. He was so damn cool. Wow. But it's a movie called Quest for Fire.
Quest for Fire. I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know about it. It's on YouTube, man.
Okay.
But it's basically about back in the days of looking for fire. And it's such a engaging, like, just dope ass movie, man.
Okay.
With no dialogue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quest for Fire.
Quest for Fire.
Yeah.
TV series would have to be Sanford and Son.
Sanford and Son. All right.
Sanford and Son. Yeah.
That was good. Yeah.
That was my babysitter as a kid. Album. Whoo. it would probably be KRS-One.
KRS-One.
Yeah. BDP. I'm still number one.
Ooh.
Yeah, it'll probably be that, that quintessential hip hop.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, if I had to, those would be me.
I love it. Hey, man, Rob, I appreciate you doing this, man.
Yeah, thank you, my brother.
You did the damn thing. You gave some gems out to the people. I hope y'all got them bad boys. I got some. I just started this.
What's that?
I was trying to get a kettlebell, but the kettlebells that they had were like slick, so the signature would go off. But if you could autograph my winning time ticket, I would be so honored.
Autograph your what?
This is my
you
ticket.
act like you was gonna give me something to walk away with. I thought I'd come to the show and I walk away with something. I just started doing this, and we're gonna get a kettlebell, but it was slick. So I got my winning time ticket.
And I'm
gonna have you, Rob Morgan, sign my ticket.
Maybe I gotta have a scrub. I gotta have like a wall and leave.
And leave it. Now you ain't even gonna get the damn.
You ain't gonna get this. Once I get a budget, then I'll start giving out gifts. I gave you your flowers earlier.
Oh my goodness, you a trip, man. And the tickets for March 2nd, 2022.
Premiere, man.
Oh wow, all right.
You know.
Hey, man.
I gotta have. This is a beautiful time, and I was like, man, I want to have memories and stuff. So it's already dope to do this, but I was like, I want to have like some memorabilia and shit to look back at. So yeah,
You crazy, brother.
You crazy, brother. My dog, we out here. We have Rob Morgan, y'all, man.
Hey,
this
Jimmy Kimmel, you need to learn from this guy.
Hey, man, that's what I'm saying, man. I'm coming for that spot, man. Coming for that spot, man. We need more brothers in late night. What's up?
Right.
What's next for you? What can people look out for you on next? What's down the pipeline, and where can they follow you?
Oh man, what's next is I'm producing a film called The Cow of Queens.
Okay.
I also have a film that I wrote with one of my co-writers, John Lord, called Pharaoh Flack. Got some good momentum behind that. So those films in the tank are in the can, are on the stove, trying to keep the fire lit to get the pots boiling.
Yeah.
And out here shooting Winning Time season 2 right now.
We out here.
Team Johnson for the win. HBO Max, you really need to consider that.
Need to.
And the rest is, just out here taking meetings and basically trying to maximize my time while I'm out here to let people know, hey, my hands is open to receive the next set of blessings.
Yeah.
Man.
Hey, man, I love it. You in the producing lane and the writing lane. I love that. That's what I love about this. You can branch out and do so much stuff in this acting world. I can't wait to see that. I can't wait to see your writing game, your producing game, man. That's a big step, man. It's big.
I'm extremely blessed to be a part of some quality projects right now.
I love it. And where can people follow you at? Check in on you and all that.
I'm pretty much Random Rob Morgan on Instagram.
Okay, Random Rob Morgan on Instagram. I'll put that up on there. You do something that's real impactful, and I really admire what you do. You take pictures with your stand-ins.
Oh yeah.
If you could just wrap that up real quick, why? What made you do that? Because that's you don't see like people of your caliber doing that, and then you post it on Instagram too. So it's like that's a big thing, and I just wanted to highlight that. Like, what do you?
Well, I mean, like you asked me before, what kind of things that I want to do in this business, and I want to inspire. And I always feel that my stand-ins, I use them actually. Like if you ask some of my stand-ins, they'll tell you, "Oh, you ain't just standing in with Rob Morgan, you working." You know what I mean? Yeah. Because I feel that, one, they're the first ones to see, what's going on when I'm in my trailer or whatever, getting ready or in hair and makeup.
Yeah.
All kinds of changes can be made. I ask my stand-in, hey, what happened? What's going on? And that way I'm getting privy to information before, we even set up. So by the time, the director and everybody come around, I'm in my spot, because I've talked to my stand-in. My stand-in will be like, hey, man, it's a camera. I tell them I need to know where the camera's at. I want to know where everything is changing.
Yeah.
If my position's changing, talk to me. Let me know action. I tell them I'm relying on you.
Yeah.
You're going to tag me in, I'm going to tag you in. You're going to tag me out, I'm going to tag you out. So we're going to make a connection before you leave, because I want basically it's getting them experience too, to be, on set and understanding that, there's a responsibility on them, grooming them for next, because I always feel like stand-ins have next if they work in their game right.
Yeah.
Stand-ins could have next.
Yeah.
And, I just find that it's just a teamwork kind of thing to do, man.
That's a beautiful thing. I've never seen that before.
And it inspires them, and it lets them know that I appreciate, what they're doing for me as far as being my stand-in. You know what I mean?
I love it, man. I love it.
I like doing that.
Nah, that's real cool, man. Keep doing that, man. You're inspiring a lot of people, especially stand-ins, because I know I used to be a stand-in doing background, so I know how impactful that is. just for, because usually it's like, okay, I do the stand in, then when the star comes in, you get the fuck out the way, and you don't make eye contact, you don't know. It's like, all right, unless they speak to you, you don't speak to them type shit. So when I saw you do that, I was like, damn, I don't think I've ever commended you on that, but that's real dope. I just want to highlight that before we got out. But yeah, I appreciate you coming on, man. I appreciate the time, man. Time is valuable, and I really appreciate you coming over. I can't thank you enough. Whatever you need, you call me. You need some gun lessons, you need something, I got you. Like, I'm real big on like returning the favor and returning the favor, man. So you did something for me, I'm big on favors. So whatever you need. Hey, Ricky, I need one of them damn lights. I'm producing this movie, and we need. I'm there. Right. I'm there. So you got me,
my man.
All right.
Remember he said that, y'all.
Remember
he said that.
It's documented,
right?
And you're gonna do your 5 minutes stand up
one day.
All right, it's documented. There it is. And we out of here.
All right, my brother.
Appreciate you. Team Johnson, baby. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Givin Game the podcast. My guy Rob Morgan came through and dropped some gems for all you aspiring artists out there. Hope y'all pick them things up and put them to use. We got some great guests, man. They lined up. So if y'all love this, liked what y'all saw, please comment, like, and subscribe. I'll see y'all next week with a new guest with some new game. We out. Yeah.
Peace.